Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about oil pastels. Oil pastels are an amazing medium, all right? They're very waxy, they have all different colors, and they're great for adding quick color, okay? They're like crayons, but they're not to be used like crayons, all right? Just a few tips of some supplies that you can use. If you have nice clean, oil pastels, that's awesome. But if they're dirty, easiest way to do this is take this and just take a paper towel and clean them off, okay? So that's one tool that we're going to use with that. Another one is a palette knife. Now, yes, this is used for painting, but it's also used for adding details with oil pastels. All right. So we're going to show a couple examples of what can you do with oil pastels. First of all, when you add oil pastels, you don't want to necessarily have it look like crayon. Now that looks like crayon, right? Oil pastels, you want to kind of layer it on. So what I do is I kind of do this one direction and then I go another direction, okay? So this gives you nice coverage. A couple other things you can do with this is you can definitely add in some textures here, which is pretty cool. I've even had, some really cool things where you could take this, stain the paper, and then scrape off. Right. Pretty cool. Then take a different color and go over it. Now it's going to mix a little bit, and it's okay. But when you clear off, you have that bottom color in there. Okay, so that's just overlaying color over it. All right, so that's one thing. Blending from one color to the next, which is really easy. Actually, let me take things to the back. Let's go to mixing colors. When you mix colors, you want to kind of do like a sandwich effect, where you start with one, go to the next, go to the back. All right. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to peel this one open. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go in. I'm going to mix this color. Right now, it just looks like blue over green. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to mix some more. Okay. I'm moving the actual wax around, building up. Now, as you can see, I'm starting to get these little crumblies, okay? Just be careful with those. Just kind of brush them away. Sorry. All right, and you can definitely go over this. Now, one thing that's really neat about oil pastels is come back tomorrow, and after all that stuff you've worked, it kind of hardens a little bit, so you can actually take like a color like possibly white and just very lightly go over things, and you can get some really neat textures happening. Okay, now onto blending. Like, how do we go about blending these things? There's two different ways. You can take oil pastel, fade it out, just like gradation, like a regular pencil, okay? Blend it out. Take another color, go the opposite way. Get lighter, 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 lighter. Then pull it back in, okay? Then go back and forth, in and out. And you're able to do that. Another way, is having one color. Now this one is, you're going to get a little messy. So you take that, take another one, okay? Take your finger, okay? And kind of go back and forth. And try to blend them so they're going into each other. So you just got to mush them together a little bit, okay? Go back and forth until you have a nice, smooth transition from one. You don't want that real hard line right there, so I'm going to go back in and add some more color on top. There we go. That's beautiful. All right. So I just went over, I blend over, and I add some color on top, and now it looks like it's a nice, smooth transition. For this, what I would like you to try is I'd like you to try to just do some nice local color, add some textures in it, okay? Do some overlays, all right? Mixing, blending. This is a very important skill, that defines us between middle school and in elementary school. To be able to do this is pretty good. All right, and other than that, just make sure that when you are dealing with this is very easy to smear, okay? So when you're working with it, you don't want it to go like face to face with something else. So if you have another piece of paper and you lay it against, more than likely it's gonna rub off, so just be careful. Okay, so that is oil pastels, and definitely make sure that you clean up, and yeah, it can definitely make your hands dirty.